when is an EIA supposed to be done? The other day I had a client of mine who unfortunately was caught up by NEMA before they finished their project. So they were caught up, and so they had to do an environmental impact assessment as they are required by the law. And so when they found me, they were in real haste because they had been given a few days to comply by NEMA. So now this client of mine, they had been caught up with, they had started their project, but they had not done an EIA, and so when they were caught up, they were given, I don't know, 14 days or 7 days to have done the EIA and submitted to the office before they are prosecuted, you know. So then of course we did the project within the given time, and we were able to, you know, to overcome that. So then after the project, I was asking them, so how comes you started the project before you did an EIA? You know, that is how you get information from clients. They did it because it could be they didn't know they required an EIA, or they just knew and decided to, you know. And that was the case with my client. They knew they're supposed to get a license from NEMA, though they were not very sure what the name of that license is, but they knew they needed a license from NEMA. But they didn't think that was a priority. They actually told me they were planning to do the assessment after they are already operating, like the plant has operated for about 2 years, then they could start thinking of NEMA. Now, then that is how I started this video, because when is an EIA supposed to be done? And I've said it once, and I'll say it again, an EIA is done before you implement your project. The moment you think you want to do something, a project, and in this video I've talked about low risk projects, in this video I've talked about medium risk projects, and in this video I've talked about high risk projects. So check through those videos to see where your project or the idea you have falls. If it falls among any of them, you will need an EIA. Okay? It might not be in this list, but where it is located, probably the characteristic of the area might force it to undergo the EIA licensing. So the moment you have your idea, you want to do a milk processing plant, think of an EIA. It should be done before you implement your project. It should be among the first things that you do. I think you should even do an EIA before you get anything else in line, before even the plans are approved, before even you go to NCA, before you go to whatever you have your plans, do an EIA. And why the NEMA license should be done in the beginning is because, like we know, it is supposed to assess the impacts of the project. So the moment you have already implemented the project, you have already altered the initial state of the project. What we need to do when we come to site is to get information, collect data of the environment before your project is implemented, so that we can see, so that we can have a base of comparison. That is the baseline information. I can know the number of trees that we are on site, the type of vegetation that was on site, the population that was on site, the settlement pattern that is around, the water level of the water body around. It could be a dam, there was a dam around. Maybe it's a borehole in your neighborhood, and how the capacity of that borehole before you do your project, the water quality, the groundwater quality of that site before you implement the project. Now that way, we have the information of the area before the project is implemented. So now in future, when environmental audits are done, we can be able to see, we have a comparison, we have an area of comparison, or we have a subject or object of comparing to, because we shall know the quality of water before the project was this, and now these are 3 years since you started operating your company, and this is how the quality of water has been. So can we say the mercury level of this water has increased because of your activities. If so, then how can you be able to reduce that, or such things? So yes, an environmental impact assessment should be done before, and this is to identify the baseline information of the area before you implement the project, to also identify the negative impacts that could arise from the project, and come up with ways and practices and measures to reduce the impacts and the effect of those negative results that could result from your project. So it should be done before. So doing it after is an offense. Doing your project without the NEMA license is an offense. And I'm saying this to help you, to save you from being served with these notices and being given 7 days to have done an environmental impact assessment and submitted to NEMA, like my client. So yes, it is very important to do an EIA before the project is started. So if you need any help, any question you have, contact me down. There's my number down in the comment section. There's my email. Reach me out. That's my business number, my email address, my business email address. Reach me out and I will assist where I can. But till next time, watch these videos, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with a friend, and I'll see you the next time. I will see you in the next video. But till then, keep safe.